So we're selling another luxury flip today.
We're going to show you the entire project, the rehab, and all our numbers. Come check it out. All right, so we're here at the house, but before we go in, you guys got to give us a like and a follow before we tell you any of this crucial information.
So as we've talked about many times before, this is another property that we bought right off the MLS.
Absolutely. This property was listed, and it wasn't listed super high. It also wasn't listed super low.
No, there's still negotiations to be had. A lot of the flippers out there, investors, talk about MLS deals not having enough room on them, being too competitive. Well, we buy a lot of properties off the MLS, and this is another luxury property that we bought. It was originally listed at $965,000, and we ended up picking this up for $860,000.
So we actually negotiated a little bit, even though it was listed on the MLS. We ended up purchasing it for $860,000, which made sense for us based off of our estimated rehab and what we think the property would be worth.
Yeah, and we thought it would be worth about 1.2 to 1.25 at the end of the day. Figured we would make $75,000 to about $100,000 on this property. And it turned out a little bit better, but before we talk about the end numbers, let's go walk through the house and talk about the rehab.
Let's do it.
So there's a lot we loved about this house when we first bought it. We, one, loved the neighborhood. Two, we loved the layout. And there's a lot of custom things that we saw and envisioned from the get-go that came to fruition. So walking through the house, we have some really cool things to show you.
Starting right here in the entryway, we loved how this was kind of like a triple use here. You have an awesome rotunda, which we knew exactly what kind of light we were going to hang.
Love that.
You have an awesome office that's super separate. We put the doors on to make it a little bit private and make it quiet and detailed a little bit, so it obviously looks great. And then the entry living room here, which had an existing fireplace, and instead of ripping it out, we actually saved a little bit of money by keeping that and putting that money into the rest of the design on the wall.
Yeah, it's a really custom, elegant entryway room. So something that you could really put some beautiful furniture in, and it's beautiful when you walk in.
It's a little formal, right?
One other thing we really liked was this little courtyard right here that we re-landscaped. So if you take a look through the windows, you could see this courtyard from your front office way, from the entryway hallway, and then from the main dining room, that formal dining room of the house. So we really loved the fact that we had this little like terrarium courtyard that we built out.
Yeah, and we actually did a lot of this work here because none of this concrete was here, the trees weren't here, so we actually had to make it look really green and nice.
Yeah, and it was really cool how we did that. It's actually just stamped concrete and stained, so we really did a good job there. Notice throughout the house, we put brand new tile all the way through the downstairs.
Yeah,
huge upgrade here.
Very nice tile too. We don't really skimp on what we use. No. It is affordable, but this is a really quality tile.
It is. It's beautiful. It really fits a theme. Kind of more that modern farmhouse theme throughout, as you'll notice. Beautiful lights hanging. We redid the entire stairwell and then put new carpet all the way through the upstairs.
Let's get into the kitchen and the living room because that's such a showstopper. So here we are in the kitchen, and this kitchen was a little bit of a challenge because it's not that big.
No, it's really small. We had to get super creative on making it feel larger. One of the best ways we did that, as you can see here, is we did what we call a double stack cabinetry, and we backlit the entire uppers. It makes it feel a lot taller, and it makes it feel like there's a lot more cabinetry in the kitchen.
We did everything we could to put our signature waterfall island here with an offset countertop of marble and make it fit and make it actually look good in the space.
Yeah.
One thing we had to forego was actually hanging pendants because I think that would have shrunk the space. And so that way we did, it feels a little bit more open.
Yeah, it really would have shrunk the space. One thing I'm happy that we were able to fit in here though is our upgraded appliance package.
Yes.
So we were able to get our 36-inch custom range in, 36-inch custom hood above it,
built-in microwave,
built-in flip-down highly upgraded microwave, and the 48-inch built-in fridge.
All super nice.
Very high-end appliance package, all brand new. It really makes the kitchen feel upgraded.
Now this kitchen opens right up to this living area here. This was such a dark little cave. You only had one exterior single door, and now how bright it is because we put in a slider, and now you can see an awesome feature wall that we built.
Yeah, super cool. Put our 80-inch LED fireplace in. This is a ceramic tile wall all the way around, and then we custom built these natural wood shelves as well. But like Jesse said, we can't ignore the 15-foot slider that we put in. This slider cost us about $15,000 to install. Major value add, major upgrade to the house. So now this room opens up to your entire backyard. Awesome, large covered patio space. Of course, take a look around. We got the pool spa here. We got the turf area here. And look what we did to this big hill.
Just like inside where we completely redesigned this area, we completely redesigned this backyard. Although we left the pool and spa in place, this entire deck was resurfaced and redesigned with one of our new designs, which we absolutely love.
It turned out beautiful.
This was all dead grass and rock area that really wasn't great to look at. So we made it something wonderful by putting turf here.
Yeah, and remember, this was a hill of just dirt. A very steep, steep dirt hill. We didn't know what to do with it, so what we did is we built a bunch of these redwood planters along, which not only look great, but they're also very functional in terms of holding the dirt and holding the rock on the hill. So it was very necessary to install these.
And lit up at night after all of our landscape lighting is put in, this place looks like a little paradise.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
The yard wasn't cheap. We put about $50,000 plus total into this backyard.
Including the deck, the landscaping, the turf, the wood, and don't forget the covered patio over the little master retreat.
A lot of money put in here.
Yeah.
Let's go check out the master. Well, so now we're going into the master bathroom. A lot of work was done in here.
We made this place super custom. The shower actually used to be all the way back here in this little cave. And we brought it out into the middle of the room and did a ton of glass.
Yeah, it was a really awkward setting. There was weird vanities there. This had some pop outs here that we framed in and made flat. But adding the shower with big glass walls to the middle of the room really makes the shower feel large, highly upgraded with all the shower heads, and a lot brighter in here as well.
And I think honestly we now get more vanity area, and it's separate by having the his over there. Hers is almost a double size now that she has a makeup area too.
Yeah, and it matches the closets. So come on in here. We actually built out the his and her closets as well.
So cool.
So as you can see, the her closet, it's a beautiful walk-in with custom build out done. So this is a high upgrade for the property. Had to do it though.
Yeah.
Had to give them the new closets.
His side is the same.
Yeah.
So we covered the entry of the house, the kitchen, living room, the dining room, the master bathroom, and none of those were very cheap.
No, we did quite a bit of modifications to this house. It was actually a big rehab.
Oh, I can't forget the backyard too.
The backyard, all in on this one, we're at about $200,000.
Yes, yes. So we're gonna go into the backyard and break down the rest of the numbers for you to show how much we made.
So we're super excited to close this one out today. We got the landscapers here doing a final cleaning. We got the house cleaners on the way. We really don't turn over our property unless it's in tip-top shape to the buyers.
No. And so what we want to do right now is basically give you a quick summary of where we bought it, how much we put into it, what we sold it for, and eventually what kind of profit we made.
So once again, we talk about the numbers. We purchased this property from the MLS. I want to make sure you know that we bought this on the market for $860,000.
Walking through, we showed you the entire rehab, and we mentioned that if you add it all up, we're into the house for about $200,000 in the design and rehab.
When we first went to evaluate this property, we told you we thought we were going to sell this thing for about 1.2 to 1.25. We actually sold it to a buyer before it hit the market for $1.325 million.
I really like to think that since we deliver such a nice product and since we really put the best thing out there on the market, we actually have buyers waiting for our products. And here's an example of that. We sold this without ever even having to list it.
Yeah, we network really well with agents in town. They know what we do. They know we put out quality, and they're always calling to ask, what do we have coming up next? So it's a huge benefit to us to be able to sell this as soon as we're done with construction.
So the big question is, what's the profit number?
Well, on this one, we made $140,000, which is a 12% cash on cash return.
Not bad in my book.
No, it's always good. We always look for a 10% plus, so we hit it the nail on the head with that, made the money. We'll cash the checks today, and on to the next one.
On to the next one. But you know, in this video, we covered how we bought it on the MLS, where we bought it on the MLS, how we designed it, how much it cost to design and rehab the property, how we valued it, and how we sold it, and how we made profit. If you have any questions about that, drop us a comment below, and we'll do our best to answer you.
And until then, we'll see you on the flip side.